Welcome to pattern making class. I'm Annette Julie, and today we are going to be working on making a puff sleeve. This is going to have fullness at the cap. These are some of the tools that you can use for pattern making. A curved ruler, paper scissors, pen, pencil, sharpener, pattern weights, or cans instead. A pattern awl, eraser, a ruler. I prefer this clear plastic ruler as opposed to a ruler like this, but whatever ruler you have works fine. Magic tape, perhaps a notcher if you have one, and a little broom to dust away erasers. So underneath too, you see that I have a pattern block. So let's go ahead and move away our tools. And we're going to get out some pattern paper. I thought I would leave it to the video to show you a roll of pattern paper. There's my block. Move that out of the way as well. And here is a roll of pattern. Roll it back, hopefully not shake the tripod one more time. There we go. There's our pattern paper. Let's go ahead and trim some off with a nice sharp paper scissors. And that's all we need for now. It'll make us a lot of sleeves. We're going to be making a short sleeve. Let's go ahead and cut a piece a little bit wider than our block. And now let's go ahead and cut it a little bit longer than our bicep line. I gave myself about 4 inches longer. And this piece will keep till later. We'll go ahead and crease this and give ourselves a grain line. Now we're going to go ahead and copy off our sleeve block. Going to match that up there at the sleeve cap. Put a weight down. And then we have to match one of our other little lines here. We have holes that I made with the awl. You can see right there, there's a hole there, a hole there. So we can put our pen or pencil through and see if we're on the line. If we aren't, move over a little bit. Get that right on the line. There we go. Let's see if the cap's still matched. Go ahead and trace off your sleeve. Trace off the notch in the front, the notch up towards the grain line, the back notches, and down a few inches. You can remove your sleeve block. can draw in your bicep line. And then now we have a choice of how long to make this. And we can make this 2 inches, 3 inches. This is going to be a puff sleeve. And you can have the under part of the sleeve be as long as you like, right? So 1 inches, 2 inches. Let's go for 1 inch. There's our hem, and we don't need that now. Let's go ahead and cut this out. And this is our back. We don't need the front right now, even though it's pretty much a mirror image of the back. We're going to put that aside and use it for another. Now we can go ahead and section this up. So I can fold this. Or I can measure. I'm going out 1 3/4. And now I'm going to go ahead and slash from the cap down to the hem. But just in case things get messy, let's go ahead and number them so that things stay in order. So we're slashing from the cap down to the hem that you chose. 1 inch, 2 inches longer than the bicep line, 3 inches, 4 inches. That's your choice. There we go, it's still intact. And we're going to go ahead and open it up and add fullness at the cap. But first we need that piece of paper that we put aside. Let's get ourselves a grain line. Fold your paper underneath. Lightly crease in the middle, and then out to the edges. So now we have our sleeve, and we're going to spread it up here at the cap, but nothing at the hem, and then we're also going to go ahead and add a little bit more. So let's first start by spreading this 1 inch. Now we'll go ahead and spread this 2 inches. And nothing at the hem. we'll spread this another 2 inches. We have one more slash line. But we're getting towards the underarm. So I certainly wouldn't spread that 2 inches. You can spread that 0 or little 1/2 inch. A little bit more tape to secure everything in place. And now we're ready to go up at the sleeve cap. Here's the top of the sleeve right now. And we can go up 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, etc. You can add as much puff to the top of your sleeve and blend it down to nothing as you would like. So let's go for 2.5 inches. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my curve ruler, and I'm going to use that to help me blend the shape right down here. We're going to connect and blend everything. So sometimes when I'm working on a shape and I don't want to just have the ruler tell me what to do, I like to blend things by hand. Sort of freehand. Check out my shape. Maybe add a little bit more fullness through here. I like that better. Now I can take my ruler with my pen and firm it up. Let me flip my ruler and match that curve. And we went up 2.5 inches. Up. We blended the whole thing, but then we kept the little underarm part. So now we need to blend the bottom of the hem. And since this is a sharp curve, I'm not going to give very much for a hem. Just a 1/2 inch. Let's go ahead and add that hem allowance. Underarm seam allowance. Let's square that. And now let's start up on the cap with the seam allowance on the cap of the sleeve. We have to rotate it all around that curve. And we're going to use nice short lines. Then we'll come back with the curve ruler and blend our outer line. I'm going to blend everything. And pull those notches out into the seam allowance. Continue to blend the cap. Nice long continuous curved line. Now we can go ahead and cut out on the seam allowance line the front and the back at the same time. Go ahead and weight that down. Keep it together. Sometimes I let my scissors do the blending, like in that hem. And here is our puff sleeve. And our original sleeve cap measurement, let's go ahead and go back to your block. The original measurement